I mean,
But
I'm
it's
not
pretty cool.
9/11. I'm 7/11. So it doesn't
Yo.
and paid $5,000 to cross the border back in the 80s.
Hold up, say Panama.
Like, sees that. Like, we don't see it like cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Like when they wear like the little sticker on the forehead, like the bindi.
The
Record button.
Yes, if it's a red one, it's the recording.
Well, welcome back to episode 27. We got a guest here today, our second female on the show. We got Kajal. Say what's up to the camera. It's up there on the
Hey
on the
guys.
thing. We're all very happy to see her today. It's morning. She was complaining about it this morning. She's like, "Why do y'all shoot so early?"
I was out last night.
Oh yeah. You texted me last night. You were like, "I'm good." Me too. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
What was you doing?
I've been away for like a year off to flight school, so I just recently came back and I'm just trying to meet up with all my friends, like from
Catch
different
up
friend
a little
groups.
bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just meeting new friends, meeting old friends, just
Yeah.
getting out there.
That's nice. It's nice. What were you? So you said you were away in flight school. So you were. Where were you?
So I went to North Carolina for my accelerated 141 aviation flight school.
Okay.
It's typically 5.5 to 6 months. It took me a little bit longer. It took me 7 to 8 months because of
Yeah.
the hurricanes and just bad weather and whatnot. But yeah, now I'm back home, a
Yeah,
full-blown
ready to go.
pilot.
Nice. I never expected that from you because we've known you for a while. Like me and Izzy at least have
Yeah.
known you. You just met Erik here today, but we've known you for a while. And whenever I found out you were going to do the whole pilot thing, I was like, okay. Well, I mean, I said some funny, low-key racist shit. she was like, sure,
I mean,
But
I'm
it's
not
pretty cool.
9/11. I'm 7/11. So
I'm
it doesn't
dead.
Yo.
so it
I was
really
like, what's
doesn't apply.
I was like, what building's next? No, messed up.
Holy shit, bro.
Hey, fuck it. She opened the door. Fuck it.
Hey, yeah.
So yeah, how was that experience? Like, was it challenging? Was it?
It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and I think that's why it's been really rewarding for me. It was so hard to the fact like I was stressing so much. I was losing like clumps of hair. Like I have like some bald spots.
Oh shit! I can see one now.
Like I would have ulcers, nosebleeds, and like I never
the
used to
shit?
get any of that. Like I was at school 7 days a week, at least 12 to 15 hours a day.
Jesus.
Like
That
either
was
flying or having ground lessons. And if I'm not doing that, then we're studying because like I got my private pilot license in a month. Like within 48 hours typically. So you need 43 hours or 40 hours to take your exam. I got mine at 48, and typically it takes people 60 to 80 hours to get their private pilot, and I got it in 48 hours. So like we were going through it like really fast. But yeah, like it was the hardest thing, and like when something doesn't come to you naturally, you have to work twice as hard. And also since I'm a little bit older than the people that are starting out, like a bunch of them are 18-year-olds, and I'm almost close to being 30. And like when you learn things differently than like the new generation, it's just so much harder to pick up.
No, I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy though. It's like you were legit full time plus overtime as a student. That's wild, dude.
Yeah. And I had a job on the side.
Oh, did you?
You
You
I,
did.
I had to pay bills.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
I know.
Well, you made it through. You're making moves now. Or trying to make moves. I know you were telling me you were looking for, like, to get.
So I
hired on to
have
something.
my flight instructor license. So currently I'm looking for flight instructor jobs. So if anyone knows of any,
Anybody on YouTube or Instagram, wherever y'all see this clip,
or jet jobs.
y'all know anybody?
I'll do anything.
How was it doing your first actual takeoff?
So
Was you shitting yourself? Like, I'm about to wreck, bro.
No,
This is
like
crazy.
it was so exhilarating. It like honestly, I would love to take you guys up. Like it's so amazing. Like it's just fun.
Is it
like,
different? Is it like, because I know you were flying obviously smaller planes, right?
Yeah.
Nothing like a crazy huge plane, because that's the only time I've ever been on a plane. It's like, in the very back,
Yeah.
like where the poor people sit, But it's like, it's different, right? Because on a small plane, you're in the cockpit essentially. Like there's nothing else. It's just the windows and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's what you're saying. It was different. Did it feel liberating or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just amazing. Like the feeling is just amazing.
Like accomplishment.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Yeah, because a lot of work, hair falling off and all that shit.
Yeah, literally.
To finally take off. I seen on your Instagram, because I keep up with you. You know, you're one of the homies. But I seen you were landing on grass.
Yeah, I just recently did that for the first time.
It's crazy as shit.
So we learned to do takeoffs and landings like on a soft field. So like if it's like grass or not really gravel, but like wet grass or just like really high grass, like we learned different takeoffs and landings for that.
Nice.
But I never got to do it like when I was in school.
Yeah.
And so when I came back home and I was flying with one of my friends, we actually smelled smoke in our plane. And so we were going to Indianapolis, and so we diverted to Madison, and we checked everything, and we didn't smell anything. And then we took off from the Madison airport, and we smelled smoke again. And he's like, "Do you see haze?" I'm like, "I really don't see any haze, but I mean, I'll take your word for it." And so then he's like, "All right, let's just go over to this grass strip and see, like, you know, since you've never like really landed on a grass strip." One of the UPS pilot owns that grass strip. He's the one who made it, and you know, and so I got to do the landing and then the takeoff as well, and it was pretty cool.
So that just came out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Like it was because of the smell and the smoke thing?
Yeah.
Hell no, imagine it. Yo, you got to do it, man. You got no choice.
So that's like the fun part for me, like kind of when like emergencies happen. So like when I'm getting my licenses, our examiners, we don't know when they're gonna cut our engine. Like we have to know like how to fly when we have emergencies. Yeah. So that's what they mainly test us on. And I'm gonna toot my own horn. I passed all of my exams first time, which is a big deal because airlines like to see that. Yeah. As well as like employers. I mean, if you do have a couple failures, like they want to see like how you overcame it and what you did to do better. But I passed all of them first time. Whoop, whoop.
Shit. Yeah.
But like you never know when your examiner is going to cut your engine, so you gotta like have like A1 reaction time.
They just turn off the plane.
Yeah.
Mid-flight?
Because they're training, like they're trying to test you on how you're gonna handle if your engine dies, or if you run out of fuel, or if your thing gets on fire. Like you have to be able to know like what you're gonna do.
Did you have any hiccups? Like, so my brother also was in flight school for a while. I reached
out to her about that too, I think. About
down
that.
at Bowman, I think. Mm-hmm. And they said they had people like drift the plane when landing, getting a wheel in the grass and stuff like that.
I've cratered my landings. What does that mean? Like I've landed so hard where I balded the tires. In the beginning, because you're a brand new student, so you don't really know how to like land, like make your landing super smooth, like buttery soft. I've cratered some landings and balded some tires, but I also paid for the tires, so because of my tuition.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah, here's it.
I had to go get tires somewhere.
Since my tuition was so high, I was like, I technically paid for that. So.
Where do you go buy plane tires? Down the street. Go to the tire shop.
There was a student here at the Bowman field that like landed in St. Matthews on top of a car.
That's the one that I think had happened. I think a couple of days after there was like a big plane.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that's crazy. That was your brother, wasn't it?
Nah, it wasn't. I thought it was. He wasn't answering stuff. So I was like,
oh shit.
Yeah. I've even had it to where. So when we're practicing like our flight lessons, our instructors will pull the breakers to simulate like our engine dying or something going wrong in our plane. So this one time I'm just flying with my instructor, and literally it says ECU A and B failure, meaning the engine control units are failing. I thought it was him pulling the breakers, but regardless, I like immediately turned the plane around, went towards the runway, pulled out my checklist, and he's like, "This is real. Like, I did not pull the breakers." I was like, "All right, you're writing the checklist. We're like trying to get to the runway as soon as possible." I radio called them. I was like, "Everyone out of my way. Like, I need to do this landing." I did my landing, and we got back to the school, and we switched out planes, and we went back up.
Hell no, bro. That's intense as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Shit. Now that we know that you are a pilot, we got some other questions we'd like to go into, because you're Indian, right? Indian background.
Yep.
Yeah. Indian American mostly.
Yep.
Americanized a little bit more.
Yep.
A lot more.
A lot more, right? So what would you say? How long have you been in? You weren't born here, were you?
I was born here.
Where?
I was born in Ohio.
Oh yeah, you were. Shit, I don't know why you thought. Go ahead.
So my dad came here in the late 80s. Before he came to America, he lived in Panama for like 5 to 6 years. So he's also fluent in Spanish.
I met your dad, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
He legit was talking to me in Spanish. What the fuck? Smart.
Because
it's fucking smart.
Because it's easier for him to talk in Spanish than in English, even though he's been here like 35, almost 40 years.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And he legit like saved up money in Panama and paid $5,000 to cross the border back in the 80s.
Hold up, say Panama one more time.
Panama.
Oh shit!
Like straight, like
crazy
in Spanish. It's crazy.
No, go ahead.
Well, I also took 6 years of Spanish, so like intermediate speaker over here.
Okay. You were saying your pops.
So then like he crossed the border in the mid 80s, and then
like a Mexican.
Yeah, legit. And he only paid $5,000.
I mean, in the 80s, that's
Bro was shopping around for the best coyote.
So then,
Indians.
And like within 2 years, like he became a citizen. Because like back then, like if you applied like as a farmer, which he was a farmer in India, like you were able to become a citizen like really fast. I'm like, you guys, but.
So can we call your dad a wetback?
I mean, whatever. We don't
Wet
care.
back?
With the Indian accent.
They say Indians are a lot like Mexicans.
They're the Asian Mexicans.
I think we're a little bit better.
I don't know whose street food would you rather have?
Bro.
I wouldn't eat street food in India.
Yeah.
But I would eat my street food here because it's like.
What do you mean your street food here? Like
because we have Indian street food here.
Oh, for real? Where?
Like there's some in Clarksville, Chicago, like big cities.
But is it like restaurants or street food?
No, like actual street food.
What? I have not seen that.
Yeah.
Have you seen the videos though? Like all the
on TikTok.
That's what she's saying.
But they make it okay. So
it's like we're not going in there.
So on TikTok,
those fucking guys
they make
this
it look so
crazy.
bad. Like we only go to like the same ones that we've been going to for like years.
Yeah.
But like like I still eat street food. Like when I just went to India this past January, like I went and ate street food.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It looks crazy down there. I mean, and I've seen like Mexican street food too. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, I seen a guy making tacos and it's just bare hand, but it is what it is.
But that's like what it is. Like germs. I mean, germs are
good
for you.
She said it gives it the flavor. It's a season. But yeah, I seen a video one time. It was a Mexican guy. It was this dude that does I think like travel video, like travel food videos and shit. And he goes up to a Mexican dude, and the dude's cooking food like outside. I think they were in a trailer though, but he was making tacos. And he asked for a taco. He gets a taco, and then he's like, "Bro, if I could pay you, I think it was like $5,000. Would you travel to a different country with me and try street food from a different country?" And he's like, "Yeah, fuck it, bro. Mexican as fuck." He's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." But then it shows the next clip. They're getting ready. They leave, get on the plane, and they land in India. And they go to where I don't know if you've seen it. The guy that cooks, like he's sitting on his like he's just grabbing random shit, and his leg, like his feet are all out. Anyways, the dude eats it, and like not even like an hour later, he's like, "Fuck, bro, I can't do this shit. My stomach's fucked up." He ends up in the hospital, bro.
One thing I've also noticed is like when people try Indian food for the first time, since we use a lot of spices, and a lot of other ethnicities don't, like it does tend to run straight through them. Like we use a lot of garlic, turmeric, like that can like. Yeah, it's good for you. It's really good for you. But if your body's not used to it, like you can get sick. Because when I was down at school, I was mainly eating out or just straight American food. Yeah. Like pasta, sandwiches, shit like that. And I come home and I'm eating authentic Indian food. I got sick. Homemade.
Dang, so
like
your body kind of like.
Yeah, because like I went from eating like whitewashed food to like ethnic food. And, like it has turmeric and I'm eating yogurt because that's like a good probiotic. Like it was going straight through me. Like I was sick. And I was telling my mom, I was like,
no, you go ahead.
I was telling my mom, I was like, I think I need to go back to eating white food.
Do y'all know why Indian food has so many spices and stuff in it?
Tell us, Mexican boy.
So India used to be like the spice capital of the world. So everybody would go there to trade with India for spices and stuff. And in return, they would get meat. But because there was no refrigeration back then and stuff, a lot of the meat would spoil. So they would just cover all the meat in a lot of spices to hide the spoil flavor of the meats.
Is that true?
I know that if you do salt meat, it lasts longer. Like, it's a preservative. Mm-hmm. So if you salt the meat, it's like a good preservative. Like, yeah.
So, yeah. What he said.
I mean, I really wouldn't know, but yeah, what he said.
Told you guys, the smart one in the group.
Right. He's got all the random fun facts.
But I mean, that's almost the same as like, you know, when we've gotten the indies, the spicy wings. Because they season the fuck out of those. Damn, we eat a couple of those. Next.
Do you like indies?
No.
Nope.
You know, I don't eat fast food like that. Like, the fast food I eat is like Subway and Qdoba.
No, but you know how you were saying. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you tip there?
No. Oh my gosh, the tipping culture is asinine. Like, I went to this Wednesday dinner, the time left thing.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that here in a little bit.
And this girl, she works in retail, and you can tell like she's very liberal. And so you know me, I'm not PC. And so we were just talking. I was like, I do not tip at coffee shops. Like, I got this coffee today. I paid $6. I'm not tipping. That's what you get paid to do.
Yeah.
I'm only tipping if you actually provide me service while I'm sitting down. So like, I'm not tipping at Subway, Qdoba, McAllister's. Like, no. Like, if you carry my luggage and bring it to my room, I will tip you like $3 to $5.
Okay.
Like, if I'm like at a bar, like at like a, you know, mid-scale bar, if you make my drink, I'm going to tip you $1 per drink. Now, if it's a high-end bar, like 7 or something like that, then it's $2 a drink.
Nice.
You know? Like,
Damn,
I'm not
I've
going to...
been over tipping then.
No, like, I just don't understand, like...
It's go ahead.
The worst part is when they ask for the tip up front. Like, I took my family out for breakfast during the week, and we had to go up to the counter to order. And then they ask you for the tip, so I go ahead and pay the tip. And then they place the food at the front again, so now you have to carry your own food to the... and
how much
you have
you pay?
all the forks and stuff on the sides and stuff, so you got to get your own forks.
Yeah. So, like, when I go with my friends, and they're all, like, really scared, and they're over-tippers, and I will literally calculate for them, like, okay, you only need to tip $6 on that. Or like, if we're at like something that's self-service, I was like, you do not need a tip. And I say it out loud. I don't care who hears me. Yeah. I don't care, like, because it's gotten out of control. Like, people choose to work in that profession.
That's what I've been saying.
Like, you choose to work in that profession, so give a good service, but like, don't, like, you get paid hourly for a reason. Like, my friends just went to the exchange like two nights ago, and their dinner was 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And their server said, we don't have espresso martinis, but then the other server brings them espresso martinis. And so I told my friend, I was like, did you guys tip them? And she's like, well, someone else paid for the dinner. I was like, you get tipped on the service you provide. Yeah, she was a horrible server. I would have maybe only tipped her 10% just to be nice, or maybe nothing.
See, I've always made it a standard for myself to tip 20%, but only in those cases, like you're saying, where they actually serve you. If it's decent, it doesn't have to be exceptional, but I'll still tip the 20% because it is what it is. I grew up in my first job was Red Lobster, so I did rely on a bunch of tips, and I was a busser. I wasn't even like an actual server, but the servers would tip me.
That's what you
at the end.
I never worked at doing that.
But no, I mean, I'm kind of like on the same. Now I do it sometimes because I feel guilty, right? I'm like, bro, I guess I got the extra $2 to just leave you, you know. Like when you do carry out orders, right? Like they ask you for a tip.
I don't tip.
I guess here goes $2, right? You know what I'm saying?
No.
But I get it. Do y'all tip?
Yeah, I mean, I do. But the other thing I was going to touch on, like she was saying, like the different bars where you tip a different amount for the same thing, because of, I guess, the level of the place you're at. Mm-hmm. Like, do you think like you should tip, like, 'cause, you know, everybody's all over about the 20%. At least leave 20%.
People are saying 20% is bad now.
Yeah,
like now they're expecting
I've seen
30,
that.
40.
But I was also gonna say, should you, just because at a high end restaurant, should you tip them at least 20%? But then if you go down to like a Chinese buffet where you're not getting like a full service like that, like attention like every other minute, you're just getting your drinks refilled and maybe getting your utensils put on your table. Yeah. And you serve your own food. Like, are you expected to also pay 20% in a restaurant like that?
I don't.
You don't tip?
No, I do tip.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think it's gotten out of hand where they expect, they expect it to be at least 20%, which I don't think that. Like, so something like that, I'll probably give you a few dollars. But I mean, if it's like a big gathering, like, we'll probably throw in a little bit more, but it's not going to be like 20%. Yeah. If you spend $200 at a Chinese buffet, you're not going to leave them $40.
Holy shit.
Listen to this shit. So I just went to Tulum like a month ago.
Yeah.
To your all's country. They see Americans, they automatically add 15% tip.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that,
and then they ask you
these motherfuckers
an
must have
extra
money.
tip on top of that. And this was in Tulum. This time I've been to Tulum 3 times. The first time was amazing. The second time was good. This time I was like, I'm never fucking going back to Tulum because they treat Americans like shit now. Like not even just Americans, like any tourist.
Yeah.
Like they're like on a high pedestal or whatever. Like I know tipping is only a thing in America. It's not a thing anywhere around the world. But as soon as they see American passport or like any kind of like foreigners, they just think like, oh, we need a tip because we tip in our own country here. I'm like, no. The whole reason I come is because I don't have to tip.
They're charging their own tariffs. That's what it is.
Yeah. There you go.
That's what's going on. Or they're just beefing because they're pissed at each other, because the countries and shit going at each other. That's all political shit. You said something earlier about time left. We were talking about that. Yeah, and I said we were going to touch on that. It's a whole different concept of like a different way.
Make friends. Real life Facebook.
This how old people make friends.
Well, I am old in a way. So, I just came back home after a whole year. Everything's changed. Like, my friend circles have changed. Like, a lot of them are either engaged, married, 1 kid, or on their 2nd kid, or divorced, or whatever. And I'm over here, newly single, whatever. And I'm just trying to make new friends and network. And just trying to get out there and, just have friends anywhere and everywhere. So I saw this app. It's called Time Left. They have it in every major city. And they basically, you answer like these 10 questions, and it's basically like your personality test. And then they group you with like-minded people. And they do it at multiple restaurants apparently every Wednesday. And after they have icebreaker questions and whatnot. And after the dinner is over, they also pick a bar for all of you guys to meet up. So like, there's just 6 or 7 of us, but then 30 of us meet up all at the same time at a bar. And so we all get to meet each other. And they do this every Wednesday at 7.
Nice.
And this past Wednesday, I did it for the first time, and I had a good time. And me and these 2 other guys, like, we clicked, and so we just went bar hopping afterwards.
Nice.
And I got so drunk.
I feel like Jeffrey Dahmer would have loved that app.
See, like, I'm just so trustworthy. Like, I just trust anyone and everyone. I'm just so oblivious to things. Maybe
she pulled up here. She got.
I know, right? It's funny because I think we had a guest, Will. We told him to come. I think I sent him the address, and then he asked our other homie. He's like, "Bro, can you come with me?" Imagine just sending him the address, pulls it up on Google, and it's just a random ass house.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it felt like coming here today. But
so those people you click with on that app, do you see them clicking with them again? Like,
yeah. So we all exchange numbers, and I'm gonna message them again and be like, hey, are you guys doing it this Wednesday again? Hopefully, we'll not get paired with each other again, so I get to meet different people. And I'm pretty sure this one guy who's done it a few times said that you don't get to rarely meet the same people, but when you meet at the bar, that's when you get to meet like the same people. So hopefully I meet some different people, because I mean, I met a programmer that works at Toyota. I also met a software engineer that just moved from Iowa, a woman who is a manager at Bath and Body Works, a lawn care owner. He was actually white. And his partner is
our jobs.
Is a Hispanic guy. And I mean, yeah, like, there are some weird people, but they're still people.
It's a good way to network, though. It's pretty cool. That's what it sounds like to me.
It's
for
sure.
But then if things get fun, they get fun.
You'd be amazed how many things like we all had in common. So
I feel like we would see things. Obviously, because now we rely a lot on social media. We don't actually interact with each other as much. But I feel like that's one big important thing that because of social media and phones and all these different distractions, like we don't get a chance to do things like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, time left. Yeah. You saw that on the internet. It's an app.
Yeah.
But basically, ultimately, what it's doing, it's getting people to engage with each other live, in person, talk, and get to know people.
And
that's what it is.
And I'm old school, and like now I'm back in the dating scene, and I'm on Hinge, and
we'll link her number below.
Like I haven't been on a date in 9 years because I was with my last guy for 8 years.
Let's get into that now. Yeah.
And guys are so different now. So apparently guys don't come up to girls anymore because girls are mean.
100%. Yeah. I haven't done it in a while, but
and I've been talking to girls, and girls are like, don't talk to me, or like, I'm taken or whatever. And I'm just like, why do you got to be so mean to a guy? Like if he's just approaching you, like you can just nicely say, I'm taken. I'm like not interested.
Right.
Like, and so it's really hard for me because like I'm old school. So I want a guy to come up to me and
buy you a drink.
But all of my friends are like, no, you got to shoot your shot. So I did shoot my shot recently.
I was about to say, I was like, have you DM'd somebody or shoot your shot?
I have. Oh, listen to this shit. So he came across my Facebook, suggested friends. And apparently that only happens if they look you up.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
That's what they say that. It's usually
and then he came across my Hinge, but he was in the rose thing. So I wasn't going to send him a rose because like, that's just weird. And then, again, he came across my Facebook. So then I was just being bold because you guys know me. I can be like that sometimes. I find him on Instagram. I send him a request. He sends it back to me. I stalk him a little. And I see, like, we like to travel. We like to do, like, some of the similar things. And so 5 days later, I had to muster up courage to DM him. And so I literally DM'd him saying, hey, I'm just going to shoot my shot here. But I saw you come across a couple of my social media platforms. And I just found you like interesting, so I wanted to say hi. It took him 18 hours to respond back, and he said, well, hello, how's it going? I only take an hour to respond back, and this motherfucker still hasn't seen it or responded.
Oh, damn.
And I'm just like, guys, this was my first and last time. I'm never doing it again.
You messed it up for everybody else.
Right, bro.
And so then
bro fumbled the bag.
I match with this other guy, and funny thing is my friend tells me about him 2 weeks before he comes across my Hinge. I see him at the gym the very next day. I was like, Crystal, I think that's the guy I just, liked on Hinge, and we just matched. And then he doesn't like say hi or hello on Hinge like after we match because that's what you're supposed to do. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let my balls drop and just message him. So I said, hi, how's it going? Like, just make the first move. Because apparently guys are so shy nowadays. And like, we have a conversation about weather. And then my knees were hurting. About weather? And I was just like, I hate fucking talking about the fucking weather. Because flooding and all of that. And
that's why we pull up our phones, and check the weather app so we can have conversations about weather.
And so then I was just like, anyways, tell me about yourself. How's it what do you like to do for fun? Like radio silent, nothing. Man. And I'm just like, and I see this dude at the gym. And so I am thinking he might just want to come up to me and just approach me in person, but we haven't ran into each other since. So I don't know.
There's a thing about the dating apps. So did you know only 1% of men get swiped right on?
Yeah,
and 90% of women get swiped right on.
Okay, so
that's terrible, bro.
All the women are going for
so that's how you know, bro.
And then
what they're after.
So the dudes that are like 1%ers, they know they're fucking 1%ers.
Oh,
really?
So that's why
the Calvin Kleins, the Hollister models and shit.
So I feel like that's why there's all these fucking douchebags. Everybody's going for the douchebags.
He knows
because
this
they're the 1%ers.
He was on there and he was like,
no. So my friend messaged his best friend saying we see him at the gym all the time. Like my friend finds him interesting, da da da. And his best friend was like, he's really shy. Like he did see you at the gym and he finds you really cute. This, that, and the other. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with him? What is wrong with him? He doesn't talk. What is wrong with him? And I'm just like, whatever. Things will happen if they're going to happen.
Come on, guys. Y'all fumble in the 7-Eleven. Come on now.
Literally.
Get married into the business.
Literally.
Nah, that's crazy. I mean, I've never been in the dating world. You know my story.
Yeah.
I've been with my lady for a long time, practically married,
For
not
a
married.
few decades.
But you were saying that you were in a relationship for 9 years.
8 years.
8 years.
She said, get it right.
I know, she said get it right.
Yeah,
Fuck
please.
that year. Fuck that extra year.
Yeah, please.
No, so what? You don't have to if you don't feel like it, of course. What led to? What do you think? Like, how does it feel?
Like, what led to our breakup?
That time, and I mean, again, doesn't have to be, but like, what it feel after you're like, man, like 8 years of my life just kind of went to nothing.
Like after you knew, like you cut it off, like.
Oh yeah, like I feel like I fucking wasted 8 years of my prime 20s.
Exactly, prime.
And you know, I've been really telling myself, you live and learn, but he wasted my good years because so many guys would come up to me, and I've missed out on opportunities. But it's okay because, you know, apparently.
You live and you learn.
I mean, if it's not in God's will, it's not gonna happen. So. I've been really learning that, like, everything's meant to be, like, you know, destiny and all. So, you know, like, when you're not growing together as a couple and you're not growing as an individual and one person, me, is better than the man, it's not challenging anymore. Yeah. Like, this is my new motto. Like, I want someone better than me who can make me better. And that doesn't mean, like, in the same sector. Like, if you're different than me, but you're better than me in something else, and you're challenging me, like you're, you know, forcing me to do different things, learn about different things. Like, that's what I want.
So, like, if you're, let's say, financially inclined, you know better about financials and business and doing all that stuff, but this guy, maybe not so much, but he knows more about, like, hold on, maybe more about, like, I mean, let's just, he's doing all right for himself, but let's say he's better at taking care of his health and, you know, and exercising and keeping track of that stuff. But then he challenges you to be like, hey, I know you're busy and you're financially this and that, but let's me, you take care of our bodies.
Yeah,
you know, do this.
I'd be down for that.
That's kind of like an equal thing.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
But you have to be financially stable, financially literate. That's like an ick of mine if you're not. But yeah, like, you gotta just have your shit together, literally.
No, I feel it. I mean, but so as you're saying, right? You if they're financially stable, let's just say they're not. But they're willing to learn from you.
Yeah, like, we're almost 30, dude. We're almost 30.
Hey, we didn't ask you your age. You could have passed off like 22, 23. I don't know.
What if they wasted their prime too?
Yeah, let's just say
that's not for me though. That's just not, like, I cannot invest my time into a person like that anymore. I just can't.
Nah, I feel that.
So has your perspective has changed, like, as far as, like, in life? Like I said, your just your thoughts now, your views now that, like I said, now that you're out of that relationship.
Yes, for sure. But one thing I've been seeing is that guys don't really grow up until they're in their 30s, apparently, or even in their 40s.
Exactly. Why are you holding that against us?
But that's just sad.
Yeah. Why? We're in our prime years. We're trying to have fun. Like he said, what is it?
You can have fun, but you can just have your shit together.
That's what it is, though.
Like
okay, you fuck up.
I bought my house at 25.
Okay.
Awesome, so I have a house. I have a degree. I have a whole nother career now. I have life insurances. I have annuities. If I can have my shit together at the age I'm at, why can't a guy be the same way, if not better?
I feel it.
Like, I had the drive to do that. Why can't someone else also have that drive?
I get you.
I mean, I had my fun. Like, I travel a lot. I party a lot. I mean, I had my fake ID days from 18 to 21, and then, you know.
When did you start drinking?
Yeah, 18.
18?
Like, I had my first drink when I was 14. My aunt gave it to me for New Year's Eve. She gave me a little bit of wine.
And that flicked it off.
I mean, Mexican parents give beer to their babies.
Yeah, like, my dad used to give me beer.
For real?
Like when I was a little kid.
See, we're almost alike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, we're brown. We're pretty much the same. Just different foods.
No, man, but yeah, I started drinking at 21. I followed the rules. I was a good boy. I'm a good kid. I wasn't breaking rules.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
No, I really did. I started at 21, and then I think he took me out. Yeah. Him and the other homie took me out. Fucked up. It was bad. So I don't know what happened.
I started from there.
I woke up with the whole cut on my nose and shit. I'm like, what in the world? Did I get in a fight? Did I win? No, man. But yeah, so, I mean, I've been in a relationship for what is it, 14? I think we're going on to 14 years. Damn. I'm still not married. Was that ever a topic that is that something that you think would have weighed in on that?
Yeah, so...
Did you want to get married?
Yeah, like I want to get married, have kids, have 3 boys if possible.
Okay.
I want to be a boy mama. I want to make them into, little mini pilots, have my little air park house.
Suspicious.
Mom, look.
No, like I do want like the whole 9 yards, like of a, like a traditional household thing. Like I do want to get married,
Now, knowing you're Indian, right?
Yeah.
You're Indian, but it's like, would you say you're more Americanized?
Yeah.
So if you had kids, kind of what route would you,
So, I mean, you guys know, like, I don't really care for Indian men. I'm not attracted to Indian men. Maybe there are a few exceptions. I don't know. But no, trust me, I'd be married a long time ago. If it was down to money.
In arranged marriage, let's go.
But no, like if I were to get married interracially, like I would definitely teach my kids, like the mother tongue, like our language. They would learn, like they would learn to eat the food. They would learn the culture, everything. As well as I would also like them to learn like another language.
So like just like English?
No, like English, my mother tongue, which is Gujarati, and then maybe Spanish or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. See, I mean, that's where I'm at with my kid. Of course, I have a 3-year-old. Yeah. I'm teaching him Spanish, English, but also want to, if he gets older and he wants to learn other languages, I'll teach him Indian. Papanji.
Now, I was actually going to ask you the name of your, like you said, your native language, but like I said, you brought it up.
What'd you say it was?
Gujarati.
Gujarati?
Yeah, so we're like the Gujarati people. Like we own hotels, gas station, liquor stores.
So y'all the rich Indians.
Subways.
Y'all the good decision Indians.
We're the smart, savvy Indians.
So you guys aren't the HR ones?
No. Those are South Indians. Or like they're more into like computer engineers, software engineers. They're like the boring people. No offense. Smelly ones.
Whoa! We didn't say that. She did.
She was over there like, I'm not trying to get canceled.
It's her own people.
Yeah.
Is it racist?
No, it's not.
I think it cancels out.
We have to stop using that word like so loosely. Like I don't think that's racism. Like I just think you're just stereotyping. No, you're just stereotyping.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of these snowflakes. They're just so soft.
Cancel culture, that's what it is. It's part of that shit. It's because of
you was touching earlier. Think about you said something about TikTok and something about racism.
Yeah. So right now Coachella is happening, and like Coachella and like the music festival, it's more geared to like bohemian style, which they've been wearing like a lot of Indian influenced bohemian style stuff, like the little scarf around the neck, which we call it dupatta, and like we wear it with like our Indian outfits. And there are a bunch of like these Indian girls and like other like American girls out there. Like they're like, you guys are like, about cultural appropriation and this, that, and the other. I never got bullied growing up. And I went to a predominantly white school. Like I was like the one like different person. So I was kind of like semi-popular. Like people found me like different.
You're interesting.
The only time I got bullied was when they would say like, oh, my food smells. So I would retaliate back by saying, well, your beef stew looks like my poop.
Oh my God.
Or like your fish smells like, fishy. So like whenever like my friends or like, like random people would do that, I would retaliate back.
Yeah.
Like, and then in high school, they all started eating my Indian food that my mom would make me for lunch, and I started bringing to school. So they all got exposed. If you like expose people and teach them and put them in their place,
I think that's what a lot of people lack. Like I said, they just don't know. They've never tried it. They never tasted, or they've never done something outside of what they're used to.
Yeah, and now all these Americans, basmati rice and naan bread, and I'm just like, naan is bread, so don't say naan bread. And then when they say chai tea, I'm like, chai is tea. But, you know, at least they're learning and they're embracing. And that's how me and my family sees it. Like, we don't see it like cultural appropriation. Yeah. Like, when they wear, like, the little sticker on the forehead, like the bindi.
The record button.
Yes, if it's a red one, it's the recording. I'm like, I don't get offended. Because I'm like, I like to learn about different cultures. So like when I go to like, you know, like Mexico and stuff, I do put on the sombrero and like the poncho and all of that. Like, I don't think I'm offending you guys. I think I'm like liking the culture and I want to partake in it.
I think the people that are most offended are the people who are like,
don't fit in.
Yeah, the ones that it doesn't pertain to. Like there was this YouTuber who went out and was dressed in a sombrero and stuff like that. Yeah. And white people were coming up there and like, "Oh, that's offensive," blah blah blah. And then he went up to a group of Hispanic guys and they were like, "Oh,
yeah."
But what's crazy is the people that'll say it's offensive, they'll be the first ones to do something offensive.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Without thinking that it ain't, and they just think it's okay.
Yeah. They just want to. I don't know what they're trying to do. They're just trying to police everything and
make it into a whole. Yeah.
Well, that's also like I said, what I was bringing up earlier. I think I've seen posts and even videos where black people get offended where like other people that aren't black are rocking hairstyles like braids, locks, rastas, stuff like that. Yeah. I think I've even seen a video where there was this lady that she was going crazy on another one. And, like she was like bullying her to the point she was trying to fight her, drag her.
I mean, here's the funny thing. That all started actually in the Middle East.
What, the hairs?
Yeah.
Or you talking about? Yeah.
It wasn't even African. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it got there at a certain point, like, in time. But, like, even in India, like, they do that. Yeah. And I don't think, like, they went over to Africa and saw it and, like, this, that, and the other and came back and started doing it.
Let me do that. Nah, yeah, I mean, y'all make a good point. It's just embracing different cultures. That's like a lot of people like in American culture, it's starting to get up, you know, but like dancing, things like that. Like American white people don't really see that, but it's like, yeah, I mean, they dance now, hip hop and all that stuff, but back then it wasn't really part of that. That's why white people can't dance kind of became a thing, you know, but it's like, well, you know, I think everybody really can dance. Anybody can dance. You just got to learn it. And that's in our culture, for example, you know, Mexicans, we have different type of dances. Yeah. Aztec, Mayans dancing, and then, you know, just cumbia, bachata, you know, reggaeton, merengue, all that stuff. And in India, same thing. You guys have, I don't know the type of dance. I saw a Slumdog Millionaire, you know.
Yeah, like, so we like to move our hips and, like, you know, do the bhangra and, like, the traditional and all of that. But, yeah.
Do you know any of those?
Yeah.
You know how to do the little belly thing? Like the Shakira?
Oh, I mean, it's hard. No, not that well. I have too much fat on my belly, so it'd be like fat rolls.
Call her Kashkira.
Yeah. Nah, man, but yeah. I mean, what else we got up here? Feeding the homeless. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was a fun little experience.
Yeah, it was a little scary, but
in the neighborhoods we were in.
Yeah.
Nah, he thought you were gonna pull up like that.
Like what?
Like in my Audi?
Shit, you did pull up in a motherfucking Audi, bro.
I mean, that's what I had back then.
No, I'm talking about your fit, your look.
I was in sweatpants. I was in sweatpants.
In what? Yeah, you were.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in my sweatpants today.
You thought that you was going to pull up what? Like an Indian?
No, you said that.
I mean, I can't scrape my skin off, guys.
No, man, we got a couple. But now going back into, you know, the cultures and all that stuff. So you were saying you're going to teach your kids the language and all that. But are you going to have them dress? You know?
I mean, for the high holidays and like weddings and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm going to try to keep my culture as many generations as I can. You know?
There you go. I feel like some people now, like especially in America, right? And I've seen it on social media, like when they say, like, you know, obviously you have Mexican people that take pictures with like Mexico flags. It's not because, you know, we prefer the country of Mexico. It's more so like you're embracing the culture that
like you're very
from.
proud.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, I prefer Mexico over the United States, although I live in the United States and, you know, it's giving me what I have. But that's one big problem that a lot of people, like he said, people that don't have business even talking about it or having an opinion about it or against, they're like, no, well, you know, you're Mexican and you should be, you were born in the United States or you've lived here in the United States and you have what you have because of the United States or America. You don't need to be waving a flag around and all this stuff. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
And I also think traveling around the world and also
helps.
Learning about different cultures helps. And recently I went to India and then I went to Bali on my first solo trip for 2 weeks. And it was like really eye-opening, and like the people who do solo traveling are so different and they're so like culturally and like smart. They're just like so like aware and like, I don't know, like they love to try new things, like new food, like new experiences. And it was just like an eye-opener for me. Like I was not scared at any given point in time. Like when I was traveling by myself, like my dad and my mom were like, oh, you're going by yourself, like be safe, this, that, and the other. And I was like, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Because like that's just how I think.
don't come back.
I mean, that's just how I think, you know, because I don't see evil in the world, whatever. But yeah, like I did solo travel in Bali, and I mainly linked up with girls because they had like a WhatsApp group and whatnot. And I met like a doctor from Australia. She was really interesting. I met this lawyer from Belgium. This girl from Finland. Like I met so many different people and of all ages. Yeah. A lot of Australian men. I mean, they were cute, blonde hair, blue eyes.
You're Australian.
You know how to catch an alligator.
And like I got to island hop like 7 different islands. I was on some remote islands where they have no like motor vehicle, so like we had to get around
walk
with like
everywhere in a bike.
Yeah, and like or a bicycle, and it was just so amazing. Like I can't, like my goal is to see all of the countries in the world and all the islands. So
that was one of the questions I had.
Yeah, like I've been to 26 countries so far.
What country wouldn't you go to?
I'd go to like each one once.
Every single one of them?
Yeah, like that's my goal.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean once I get to the airlines, I'll be able to go free everywhere. So I can't wait.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Was that what sparked your whole?
Yeah,
is
and
that
then
part of it?
Yeah, because I want to see the whole world, and like, what's a great way to see the whole world? By flying planes
all over the place.
Yeah. And just flying the plane, like you're just on cloud 9. And like I like seeing sunsets more than sunrise, just like when I'm flying. But also like when you like go past like a storm and you get to see the lightning, it is so beautiful.
But I'd be freaking out. That shit would take me out.
But you're not going through it. Like you're going by it, and like you just see it on the side. Like it's just so beautiful, and like the rainbow and like the rainfall. It's just so beautiful. And then like when we're flying through the clouds, like I'll open up like the little window and just stick my hand out, and you get to feel like the moisture and like the cold air. It is so amazing.
In a little plane though, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that on big planes.
I mean, you can.
They got little windows and shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Yeah, but you're like I'm only going like 150 knots, which is like 180 miles, like versus a big jet is like going 700. You know.
Yeah. When fucking finger flying off. When was the time? What was the moment that you decided that you wanted to take that route?
Do you remember like when I used to work at the manufacturing firm right behind the airport? So I would see like the jets just taking off because we were right behind the Louisville airport. And one day, like I just had an epiphany, and I was like, "Fuck this shit." Like, I'm going to go do what I really wanted to do, like, ever since I was a little kid. Like, I love traveling. I wanted to be a flight attendant and never did that. And I was like, I'm going to go be a pilot. And
it's way better than a flight attendant. What you mean?
Hell yeah. And honestly, like, I succeeded. And, you know, I put my head down and, like, I put in the grind, like, you know, so many hours a day. And I came out on the other side in a really good position. So,
nice.
Just trying to find a job.
Now, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask a question. When you first got up in the air or making your way up there, what was scarier? Going up, going down?
coming down. Landing is always scarier than taking off. Yeah.
You can't pay me to get on one of those little planes. My brother's tried to take me. I can't do it.
Oh, did he? I asked her.
He's tried to, but
are you allowed to just give rides to people?
Yeah, I have all of my licenses.
Like, do I have to pay you?
Well, you should pay the plane because I don't want to pay for the plane. Because I am broke.
Hold up, what you mean? I have to buy the plane?
No. Like just pay for like the hour.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
How much is that?
I was gonna ask that.
You
Nick.
can like for like a cheap one, like 160, 150.
What's your best price?
That's not me, bro.
I'm gonna negotiate.
Right. Like your people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, I definitely still want to do that, but the little planes do are they're
I mean, we can just stick around the airport. So if anything were to happen,
you still in the air?
Yeah.
What you mean? It doesn't matter where you're at.
Hey, I'd be down. I'd be down. I don't give a fuck.
But if anything were to happen, we can land on the strip rather than like in the cornfield or in the water or whatever.
In the border.
Yeah.
She's gonna take
Maybe
back
I'll
to
just
Mexico.
take you back to Mexico.
It's some bullshit, bro. She'd be like, yo, I smell smoke. We gotta land in Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm fucked, man. Being a pilot now, you see all this stuff going on with planes and helicopters and all that. Is that at all, the what is it, New York? The New York helicopter thing, the Black Hawk thing. You were already out whenever that happened, right?
Yeah. So the school that I did my training at, we did have a bunch of Medi helicopters and military helicopters come and land. Yeah. Whenever we see helicopters, we hate them because they don't.
With helicopters?
We don't they don't pop up on our screen sometimes if they're not using the system, and also they can fly in whichever way. Yeah. Like unlike us, like we're trying to fly a pattern, like they can come from any direction and land anywhere on the runway.
Right. Yeah.
And sometimes they don't talk on the comms. And so we have to be really vigilant like when we're flying and there's a helicopter like near us. Actually looking out.
Yeah.
Side.
Trying to locate it.
And I mean, honestly, this Black Hawk situation, we all know. So if this is the runway, right? And this is the approach.
Yeah.
And this is the takeoff. You never cross the approach and the takeoff area ever. Yeah. Because I did that once and I almost died.
What you mean, like on your own?
Yeah, because I was on my solo, like at 20 hours, and thank God, it was just other students and with instructors, and they diverted. But I learned from my lesson.
Did you get in trouble?
No, I mean, I didn't get in trouble, but they grilled me and they're like, why did you do this? Do you know you're not supposed to do this? I was like, I'm sorry, I was just overwhelmed, this, that, and the other. However, beside the point, I really do think so from the NTSB report, which is the people that do the investigation, they had their night vision goggles on, which you don't have peripheral vision when you have that on, because in the helicopter you have a glass cockpit, so you can see everything. You can see a big plane with lights going off. I also think it might be the CIA just trying to use American lives to kill someone.
Yeah. So that's what we talked about it, because
the CIA will take American lives to kill people. So you never know. But then the one that happened in Toronto where the Delta plane just inverted on the runway, it was, yes, everyone's blaming the female pilot. Also, it's the captain's responsibility. Yeah. And the funny thing is that captain was doing his currency check in that plane. So he doesn't really fly in the real world. He's just a simulator captain. So he was just getting his, because we have to have our currency check every 90 days. Yeah. And so he was just trying to get his takeoffs and landings in and whatnot. And he, so they didn't have enough thrust or something in. And the plane tells you, you don't have something enough in. Yeah. The captain should have taken over and just went around instead of, just letting her do, whatever.
So it was a captain and the pilot. The female.
But at the end of the day, it's the captain's fault.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah.
It was never the woman's fault.
Right? It's never their fault.
Never their fault.
Exactly.
That's why we wanted to bring one on here.
Hey, listen, I'm 99% right. There's only that 1% I'm wrong. And I will admit it if I'm wrong. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah, man, we're getting close to the end. We obviously want to thank you for pulling up. We do have some rapid fire questions.
Which is something we started doing recently
at the end of the episodes, we wrap up just to,
Did you erase one?
I didn't. I just didn't write one.
Oh no, I think you switched one. I think.
Yeah, I moved it from down here. I only got 2 for you. All right, I'm gonna start with the bottom one. Do you have a guilty pleasure?
Like food?
Anything.
It's the first thing that comes to mind.
Food wise, like I love my Ferrero Rocher chocolates.
Okay.
And I like those Airhead strips.
Nice.
Those are like.
What about
Taco Bell?
Taco Bell. Okay.
And then the next. House.
Okay, you just added to the list. How's that even a guilty pleasure? What about? Do you have a celebrity hookup?
Oh my gosh.
I know you got one.
So many.
Oh my God.
So
there's one. You gotta pick one, bro.
Well, I like older white men with like salt and pepper hair. Brad Pitt.
I knew it. Why did I could already tell.
Or Theo James.
Okay.
Whoa.
So either of them are watching this or get to watch this.
Or like for chocolate men, like Idris Elba.
Chocolate men.
Yeah. Idris Elba is very handsome.
Bro, imagine you pull the fucking captain to the plane. Hey, I'll see you in the bathroom.
Like they say, like men and women in aviation cheat a lot.
Bro, that's one of the questions we had on there. Who cheats more?
So here's my take.
It's like travel nurses.
Here's my take. So which one is worse? I think when women cheat, it's the worst because women cheat for love, attention, and affection. Bro. She's already checked out.
Yes, dude, I'm telling y'all.
But when a man cheats,
coming from a woman.
But when a man cheats, he's just cheating for,
It's a hole, bro. It's a warm hole,
for some pussy,
For the moment.
And also a man will cheat when he is feeling like vulnerable and he doesn't feel like a man, so he just wants to go get it like from another woman. I think.
And then hit it.
But like,
call me Papanji, bitch.
But
Shout out to Will.
That's my thing on cheating. Like, I think men and women both cheat, but a woman will cheat when she's reached like her, like, what's that phrase? Like her absolute like
peak. I don't know.
Yeah.
Breaking point.
Yeah, like
breaking
a breaking point. And I think that's when women will cheat, like once they reach their breaking point, because they will give so many chances. And then once, nothing's being fulfilled, like love, attention, and affection, they're going to cheat.
Nice.
And that's a whole lot more worse because you're emotionally cheating. You're physically cheating. Maybe spiritually too. Who fucking knows? But like, when a man cheats, it's just physical.
Yup. You heard it here.
It's not emotional.
You heard it here.
This is going to get clipped. Kajal, the female, our second female on the podcast.
Made it interesting.
Hey.
Hopefully you guys had fun watching this.
Yes,
thank you for joining us for episode 27.
Yes.
You will. Where you're going to put your name up here?
Yeah, before you leave.
If you want to put your social,
your Instagram tag.
Yeah,
that too.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you had fun. And
yeah, I did.
She said, I want to make it a monthly thing. Yeah. But have me on here every month.
Chill out. Chill out.
That'd be cool, though.
It'd be nice
if we have another female.
Girl.
Yeah, absolutely. We just kick Erik off. But right, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and just tune in for episode 28 next week.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Thank you.
Wrap it up. Thank you.